Wow, another month is already gone. I can hardly believe it. And now it's time for Mystery Envelope with Makers with Heart. 6 of my friends and I get together and we take turns sending each other a envelope of goodies along with some guidelines for the month. And this month, Jessica, the paper heart, sent us out those 2 pieces of paper. I believe they are the honey butter and melon, the color of the year, along with the 6 melon enamel dots and the doily. And her challenge was that all neutral cardstocks were free. We could have black, white, tans, grays, those were all free, but for any other cardstock we wanted to use, we had to use a stamp set because it's National Stamping Month. I just thought this was great. So I gathered my photo first, and then I kind of gathered the papers that I wanted to use with it, and that let me know how many stamp sets I needed to get out. So based on what I was gathering, I thought I would need 5 stamp sets minimally, and then possibly 7 if I pulled in some other colors. So this bottom piece here that I fussy cut was from the Backyard Bliss paper pack, and it was just a page that I didn't use when I created that layout. So like I said, I fussy cut out the bottom here. So that's 1 page. And then the matting behind my photo is paper number 2. The gray for the background is free. And then the 2 pages or papers that Jessica sent us are 3 and 4. And then I also added some bluebird cardstock. So that's 5 colored papers right now. And I did some stamping, and at the end I will show you all the different stamps that I use, and I'll have a description under the video, and I'll let you know what stamps I use. Some of them are retired. So here I thought I would try kind of doing this little mini sunburst. Kind of looks like a circle element, but I'm using the melon and honey butter that Jessica sent, and then I was trying to bring in that pine green from the Backyard Bliss paper. One of the stamps that I use is this old seed packet stamp, and I stamped it out and colored it in, and it's just not the right colors. It's not working for me. So I will try it a couple more times, but it doesn't work for me. And then that little butterfly came from another stamp set and thin cut. So I stamped it in white or I stamped it on white with the bluebird ink. So that is not an additional paper. I'm still at 5. And here I realized that pine green just isn't working, so I'm using the other side of it, which I believe is flamingo. I'm not exactly sure, but I will try to look that up for you. And if you've watched my channel at all, you know I love my daisies. So my 6th paper, that's it, is the center of these daisies. And it originally was going to be a different color yellow, but I decided I could save myself a paper pack if I went ahead and used the honey butter cardstock that Jessica sent. So she sent us a 4x6 rectangle, and I cut that in half and used half of it to create these little mini starburst or sunbursts, and then the other half of it I used to die cut. I actually used a letter O from one of my letters and used the center of that O to make the centers of these daisies. And the daisy leaves themselves or petals are from a punch, but you can get the same thing from a Cricut cut, or if you have SVG files, are out there everywhere. So then the dragonfly is from Dragonfly Wishes, and so on white daisy cardstock, I stamp that in the pine green. So that's 1 stamp set there. So like I said, at the end, I really was trying to be careful and not break the rules, because I tend to get engrossed in my creation and I forget the rules, or I have an idea of something that will work and then realize, oh, I wasn't supposed to be able to do that, and have to ask for forgiveness. So this time, Jessica, I'm trying really hard to be good. That other butterfly came from the In Full Bloom collection, and it was stamped on the same paper that I used as the mat for my photo, and also has that pine green paper. It's one of the wedges in my sunbursts. So then I did add melon, like I said, the melon cardstock that Jessica sent us. So half of that went for die cuts, and this die cut is also from the In Full Bloom scrapbooking kit. So one is the card kit and then one is the scrapbooking kit that I'm using. And I just did some shimmer brushing with some green and then yellow, and in real life it just added some vividness to that thin cut. And this stamp, I think it's Simply Enjoyed These Moments, is from the September stamp of the month. So that's another stamp set that I used an image from. And the blue flowers are also from a thin cut set. Let me look up which one that is. That is the In Full Bloom scrapbooking stamp. So now I am taking the background elements and just giving some noise on underneath those flower edge there. Corner, I'm going to do the same thing around the photo, and I do end up going and using two different speckled images because I wanted to make sure that I had enough stamp sets used to represent the number of papers that I was using. So here's the little stamp set that I told you is a second one. That's the Party Girl stamp set. It was a campaign special, and it has kind of the blotches and then little tiny stars in it. And I like that one just because it's small and you can turn it multiple ways and kind of create your own effect of background noise. And here I'm just again auditioning different places for the dragonfly and moth and then the blue butterfly, and I want to make sure that I have my triangle of blues. This is another background element stamp, and I wanted kind of just a softer, like the second generation of it. So I'm inking it up in mocha, and then I wasn't getting enough ink off without it having that foam mat behind it. So now I have the foam mat behind it, and it's again just giving a softer edge to my splatters. And it's about this time that I'm wondering if I have lost control of this and I'm going to have to start my background paper again. But I've learned with some of the mixed media things or effects, you just have to keep going. You're going to add layers, and so I'm trusting the process at this point, but I'm not enjoying what I'm looking at yet. So I don't know if you ever had that, but that's where I'm at this point in this layout. So here I realized I needed more background noise, some more color. The mocha on the linen cardstock just wasn't working for me. So I went ahead and took the honey butter ink and then I smooshed the lid into the pad, and that allowed me to pick up some of the ink pigment with my water brush, and here I'm just splattering it onto the paper. And it's hard to see, but it's definitely there. I do the same thing with the melon ink pad, and it's the same kind of thing. The more you dilute it, the less color it has. And I didn't want a deep saturation. I just kind of wanted some interest, something in the background, and that's exactly what I got. So here I'm going to go ahead and reposition everything and try to lay everything out so that it looks good. I did shape all of my pine cards or pine paper leaves that I had die cut again from that In Full Bloom scrapbook workshop, because I have both the In Full Bloom card making workshop and the scrapbook workshop. So I used both of them in this project today. So Jessica, I absolutely love this challenge. I have the honey butter cardstock in the center of the daisies that you sent, plus the melon cardstock. I have the pine green with the background of flamingo, I think, as a third color. And then I also have a fourth color in the bluebird cardstock that I did the blue flowers on. So far I have 4 pieces of pattern paper or color cardstock that I've added, and the rest of it is all neutrals, which is really just the white daisies and the stamping things that I did, the dragonfly and that were all in white. So I'm looking at this layout and I feel like it needs more. It needs a frame, it needs something. So I pulled another piece, so paper number 5 of this melon, and once I put it on there, like my whole body just relaxed. It was like, oh, that's what it needed. But looking at the layout, I can't cut a full 1/4 inch off all the sides without going into some of the elements. So I chose the first 2 sides that I couldn't cut a 1/4 inch off and cut as much as I could. So then I take that first strip that I cut off the top and I line it up with the 1/2 inch mark, and then I can cut the remainder of the 1/2 inch off the bottom because I knew that that would be easier to do. And so I'm going to do the same thing here with the other edge, is line up what I cut from the first side, which is really close to a 1/4 inch, but I didn't know that at the time. And then I cut off the remainder so that I will have a 1/4 inch border all the way around on this melon cardstock. And I went ahead and with Mocha ink did directly add ink from the stamp pad to the edge of my linen base before I adhered that to the melon frame. And one of Jessica's rules was we needed to use all of the embellishments she sent, and if we did that, all 6 of the melon enamel dots, then we could use any other embellishment with no limitations. So thank you for that, Jessica. I really like this challenge. I ended up using 6 different papers along with 6 or 7 stamp sets, so I definitely met that criteria, and I love this challenge. This was fantastic. I can't wait to see what the other girls did with their challenge. That's the In Full Bloom scrapbooking, the stamp of the month, the background elements, the party girl, then we have Dragonfly Wishes and the journaling jots, and I did also have the In Full Bloom card making kit. So there's a close-up. Be sure to go check out in the description all the other gals and what they've done for Makers with Hearts. Share some love. Be a blessing. Bye-bye.